Would you have voted for NAFTA?
I would not have voted for NAFTA.
One of the big distinctions between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders has been their position on trade. So because both Biden and Bernie have a very long history in politics, we can actually go back and see that Biden supported NAFTA. Meanwhile, Bernie was against NAFTA because it didn't focus enough on workers' rights. Now, Kamala Harris was asked about her position on how she would have voted on NAFTA, and surprisingly, she actually took Bernie's side. Watch.
Trade has been drawing some dividing lines in the Democratic field. When it comes to NAFTA, for example, Bernie Sanders, one of your opponents, attacked Joe Biden, another one of your opponents, last week, saying, quote, "I helped lead the fight against NAFTA. Biden voted for NAFTA." Who was right on NAFTA, Biden or Sanders?
Well, I'm not going to choose between the two of them, but I'll tell you.
Would you have voted for NAFTA?
I would not have voted for NAFTA, and because I believe that we can do a better job to protect American workers. I also believe that we need to do a better job in terms of thinking about the priorities that should be more apparent now perhaps than they were then, which are issues like the climate crisis, and what we need to do to build into these trade agreements.
All right, so this took me by surprise. I mean, I know Kamala Harris is trying to angle herself as a progressive on some issues like healthcare, but I didn't expect her to just openly say that she would not have voted for NAFTA, considering it, at least in terms of Democratic politicians, it is a very popular position to support trade deals, including NAFTA. Now, I don't want to get too deep into the actual policy of trade deals, 'cause I've discussed it at length before. It's important for these free trade deals to focus on workers' rights and environmental protections. I actually want to focus on the strategy here. So Kamala Harris taking Bernie's side over Joe Biden. I think it shows you that her and her consultants are aware of where the voters are going. But this is also somebody in Kamala Harris where I don't know where to trust her. I don't know what issues to trust her on. I don't know what issues where you shouldn't trust her, because she doesn't have a very long history. And a lot of her history before she became a senator is questionable. So even though she's saying a lot of the right things on these issues, I trust somebody more like Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren that have a longer history on all these progressive issues and a history of fighting for them. Now, I want to share this tweet from Roseanne DeMauro that kind of gives the perspective that maybe Harris is, maybe there's a reason why she is defending Bernie Sanders here. So she tweeted out, "You tell me. So Kamala Harris is defending Bernie twice in one day, NAFTA and Medicare for all. Do I hear VP proposal positioning?" And that's a potential. I don't know if I completely agree. I also, Kamala Harris would not be my first choice for Bernie's VP. But with that said, if this is going to be a common theme among Democrats that otherwise have been fairly centrist, then good. It's showing you the Democratic Party is moving in the correct direction, even if it's just rhetoric. Even if right now you can't trust what Harris is saying, at least in their rhetoric, they're saying the correct things, which eventually leads to actually supporting these positions. So again, it's one of these things where these candidates can pretty much say whatever they want to get the support that they think they need, or say whatever that they think they need to say in order to get the support from Democratic voters in the primary, and then potentially completely change everything if they were to win the nomination and in the general election be more centrist, as what has typically happened with these candidates. But at the very least, I mean, for Kamala Harris to come out and openly defend the Bernie side of his NAFTA position, I think this is a move in the right direction.